Hello everyone, welcome to another episode here on Tamurkhan, episode 23, and we are going to just conquer a few more places from Cathay. We already have confederated Kugath, so that should give me a little bit of an edge as well. And I got the accursed armor. Maybe I'll give it to Kugath. Just for the fun of it, like, yeah, I could make someone really powerful, or, you know, with it. But I just like the idea of Kugath never being able to catch anyone, but if anyone catches up to him, good luck. Like 250 armor Kugath, it should be, like, impressive. Yep. I'm thinking on ambushing here or nearby, because that Miao Ying army, oh, that's a problem. So we're gonna raid here because there's a reward for that. Do I want to raid on this side or this side? I think this side is better. So I can still raid there. That's nice. There we go. Not only that's a good income, but it's always cool for it. Yeah. There we go. So we're gonna get some income and then some income per turn, which is better. Let's get the Gate of Nurgle there. Yep. Sickness is delight. Yeah, I don't want to kill anyone, really. I don't want to take care of any other enemy heroes because I like my own. Let's get some more income. The more we get the income, the better. Let's just get corruption here. There we go. That always allow a little bit more. Yeah, already have a cult there. He's gonna wait 14 turns and then remake the cult on Saber Mountain, which was destroyed, by the way. Okay, let's just move in our heroes over here. I'll have two armies on there for a little bit of time. And I'm just advancing. At this point, I have to wait for the counterattack of the enemy. I can get weapon strength. I can get monstrous strength there. Yeah, I think so. I think it's better. My spawn are doing some good damage. My skin wolves as well. So that's cool. And I have enough income to do things. I don't have yet the upkeep, but I have the income from all buildings and the cycle time. And yeah, I can get those, maybe the construction, well, I cannot get the construction time too. So where would that be best? Where do I get a lot of income? On the Dragon Isles? Okay, let me see. What is the plague that you have here? Maybe I want to override it. Yeah, because it's on tier 5, it has that port. Yeah, that's a lot of income here in Dread Rock. Even more than this. But if I can spread a lot of income here, that would be so nice. Yeah, I think so. Let's go income from all buildings, cycle time, and maybe just casualty replenishment or recruitment health. Maybe that will help. Maybe that will help. I know that they have the plagues, but what plagues do they have? Plague duration, recruitment health, campaign movement range. No, I don't like that. I don't like that one. So I'm just going to replace it. And let's infect for as much as possible. The spread rate and the duration. There we go. There we go. Immediately I'm in positive income. And I'll want to disband a few units here and there to replace with better ones. It's kind of a silly thing that I don't like to disband units, but I don't have any way of having a lord just with everything that I don't want, you know. So I'll have those units disbanded. Likely a lot of stuff here is going to get disbanded because I'm thinking on having Kugath with a sort of demonic army. I think that would be fun. Just for the theme of it. You know, I could have Kugath with a chosen army, but I mean, I can have chosen armies with and Chaos Warrior armies like this real easily. Reason I chose the Chaos Warrior is because of the upkeep, by the way, and the income, of course, and the availability. I have way more Chaos Warriors than I have chosen. So, yep, I just thought the Chaos Warrior army can deal really well, even with a lot of opponents. So, yep, it's gonna be fine. Alright, I got the favor. That's good. And the extra income, so that's nice. And Miao Ying likely retreated to Zanchi. Right, lots of ready for duty. Amateur discovered the Baltic Geld. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Well, I can still capture... I can defeat him, actually. Or I can conquer Hanyu Port. I think I'm gonna go for Hanyu Port, actually. He attacked here on Chenwu, but I really don't want to hit that. I really want to go for Hanyu Port. There's another army here. Oh, Zhao Ming with the peasant spam. Oh, poor guy. And that's 11k. That's so good. I'm gonna spend it all on income and buildings, you know. On repairs in buildings, I mean. Let's get some more buildings for military purposes.
I'll ignore that.
Rancid boils, I think so. Or should I go for the faction stuff in this case instead of military? Should I go for fever incubation? That's good. It gives me a little bit more growth, and I can get the recruit time. I can go for the rush cycle. Yeah, let me check. There's some defensive supplies here. Nothing really fine. Upkeep 7%, that's nice. That's a lot of infections going. Treasury, each time a cycle goes through, wow. Alright, yeah, there's Miao Ying. I'm gonna have to put myself on ambush so that I can approach and then attack while in ambush. So yeah, that should be fine. Let's upgrade anything that gives me income. Anything that gives me income, come on. There we go, Haunted Forest. I could get this, but this only gives me a lot of infections, and I prefer the income for now. When it grows to level 5, I'll do that. Okay, so a lot more income. That's good. That's nice. The more income we get and the more reduced upkeep we have, the better. Let's reduce the upkeep for my friend. Casualty replenishment rate as well. Oh, that's good. That's good. Let's have Tamurkhan with it for a long time. There we go. 500 cost of plague. Finally. I'm now enjoying... I feel like the plague system works best at this point, because that's how, in fact, you know, you have a lot of plagues going without it being, you know, completely overpowered. But I feel like now it's a better... It's a more of a mid-game, late-game effect that I like. But yeah. Yeah, and I still get to create these plagues that harass the enemy, so that's cool. But I'm not doing offensive plagues. That's the one thing that I feel like it's missing. There's not a lot of offensive plaguing. It's more like buffs for your units and for your armies and settlements, really, that I use. Of course, it always affects the enemy, but it's not my main purpose here. But you may disagree. Maybe you would like to focus on that, but that's not how I see that. Okay, some cultist buildings here working well. Yeah, gaining. It's cool. I'm thinking that you're just gonna have those units. That's fine. And over here, I'm gonna delete a lot of these and just hope that I'm not attacked, but that won't be now already. Let me replace the Lord with Kugath here. I think I want Kugath and not the Prims. And I have to kind of decide what I want Kugath to have. I mean, I can use one army and then just give it to a herald and use another army differently. So I'm not in too much of a problem here. So I think I want the no corruption. I don't need to spend 3 there. Hold on. I just want 1 to go to the next round. Yeah, let me get this first. And this is all armies faction-wide. The growth, yes. Yes. Yes and yes. Oh, I should have used this before so that I could get a little bit of a better one for income. So yeah, I can get the armor for all units, and it will still affect the chosen, so I can always trade it off. And I always have some, you know, toads, toad dragons, or the other ones. I think I'll always have with Kugath, I will always go for the great and clean ones. So yeah, that can be a choice, you know, going chosen into great and clean ones, or having the exalted plague bearers and the great and clean ones. I think so. And then some rot knights. I don't think I'm putting up for rot knights. I mean, I can summon Nurglings if I need some assistance. I do want to try and get Pestilent Decay, and I feel like I will reach it on level 50. So that should be nice. Such power! Yeah, it's difficult imitating the voice.
My boots are full of pus.
I'm also affected by Nurgle, by the way, in real life, so forgive me if you hear anything. It's difficult for me to notice, especially when the microphone captures everything. Yeah, let's give him the accursed armor. I know it reduces the speed to something ridiculous, 14 speed. I do note that there's a limit to that. So it's, I believe that the lower limit of everything is like 20 or something because of the animations, how the animations work. So it's not really a bad thing. It doesn't really lower that much, and it gives him like 270 armor Kugath. It's like, seriously, this guy can go against the whole army. 85 melee defense. Good luck hitting this guy. I mean, over 200 armor, that just means that any base damage doesn't work. You know, because it completely negates that. And then it's not necessary to have more than 200, but, well, why not? Why not? If he lowers my armor to 110, I still have the effect. And I believe that's the most that we can reduce it 60 or something. Of course, with one single spell, I mean. And that's the lure of metal, so it's not as frequent, so that's good. Okay, Miao Ying actually moved forward. That's good. And Tamurkhan just defeated a few armies and is going back. Let's get more income. I'm very healthy in terms of income, by the way. I already started giving Kugath some Nurgling units and some stuff. This is just because of the upkeep. I left the Chaos Knights of Nurgle just because I don't have plenty of them, and I might be able to give it to someone else. But that army can hold on pretty well against what we are facing against, especially regenerating Nurglings. It's like, I kind of want to have some fun with the Nurglings as well. I didn't have a lot of Nurgling armies in the beginning because I went the Marauders route, but you can have some fun with those still. Okay, that will give me a lot of income. Over here I can get a lot of income too. Let me see, building of income. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. I don't need the growth there even. More income. That's good. Man, I'm getting addicted to having a lot of income here. Growth. That's nice. Okay, and now what plague can I give you? Weapon strength, melee attack, and all units with Vanguard? Yes, please. Let's infect him. And let's attack Miao Ying. Do I want the reinforcements? I think so. I don't want to have to face off against that army without reinforcements. Even though I can face it out, you know. I'd likely fight it without it being necessary, but still that's a nice battle to go for. And I still have the reinforcements. That's good. I always like to have these 2 versus 1 battles. It does state a close victory. Do I lose anything if I auto-resolve it? I don't feel like that, right? But nah, let's fight it. It's Miao Ying. Why not? So, man, Cathay has so many AI defensive posture maps. It's very difficult to invade Cathay because of this manual doing battles. Most of the maps are actually in the favor of the enemy. So I already positioned, of course, my troops, as you can see there. I'm going to focus on the missile units. Let's put guard mode so that they don't move. Did he attack the... Okay, he's going to miss a little bit. Now he's going to hit. That's nice. That's nice. That's cool. So as always, shielded units in front, unshielded units with great weapons on the back. That's how I like to position my troops. And then just spread out my single entities and the forces. Is that a nice hit? That's a massive hit. Half health already. Yeah, let's attack the sky junk. I think so. There we go. And you're gonna hit the peasant archers? No, the celestials. There we go. There we go. Yeah, luckily for me, because I'm spread out, he misses a lot of shots. Over here... Yeah, we're gonna get those jade lances. Actually, you're gonna move over there to surround them. There we go. Actually, reroute here. We're gonna have... I had a couple of units to defend, and I'm glad I did it. To defend against these single entities, so that's cool. That's a nice damage there. Oh my goodness. Let's reduce the damage. Let's approach here and heal up. There we go. Please heal those units. Let's take care of those single entities. That's nice. And it feels like everything is good. Let me take care of Miao Ying. Do I have anything versus her? Not really. I'm getting my reinforcements and it's difficult to tell my units, all my units to move. Ah, they were just under attack. That was poor micro on my behalf, but still. I was very busy concentrating on watching my units arrive. That's something you never should be doing. Just micro first and then receive the units. They'll still be moving towards you. So there's no problem. Let's use the massive soul blight there. There we go. Flash. That's a celestial dragon god. That's why it's doing so much damage. Let's hit Miao Ying. And you are fine. Let's go over those celestial units. Let's go over against those celestial dragon crossbows. There's one unit that should have done a lot more damage, actually. Let's attack there. Let's hit here. Hit you. There we go. I need some healing. Let's get the power recharge. Oh, I can get the flamestorm there. There we go. And I can get this going. That's a nice one. Okay, we won in the front. That's good. Look at that. That Celestial Dragon Guard was eliminated. That's fine. That's good. Let's hammer and level that. I keep forgetting that these guys are actually good in melee. No, I treat them as archers when I shouldn't. I think Miao Ying is not going to be able to cast anything. That doesn't stop them, but still. Oh, come on. I want that effect. Come on, land so we can send out all my lords against you. There we go. Let's get more armor piercing going. Yeah, and she's running away. There we go. So that's a Chaos Warrior mostly based army, and even the Marauders survive against, you know, Celestial Dragon God and stuff. So I didn't need my reinforcements there. That was good. Even on a higher ground deficit. So that's how good these the regeneration and the melee defense works for Nurgle, actually. It's super cool. Yeah, Marauders of Nurgle, really, they hold on forever. Well, not forever, but you know what I mean. They hold on pretty well. And I get a melee defense +3, so that those Marauders are still going to survive long. Even though I'm going to disband them eventually and get some chosen here for Rulek. For now, Tamar's army is almost full. I want the other units from... Oh yeah, let's complete the Master Strength before we forget. I want the other units from Mornhall. From the Chieftain. Just so I theme it around, you know, having a couple of feral mammoths, it's nice. And Rulek's army will have the other Hell Cannon, some 3 aspiring champions, that would be nice. And some chosen, of course, chosen with great weapons. But not yet. Let's get Hammer into Anvil. Spread of control, and let's have Doom and Darkness. I feel like the leadership is kind of nice to have, the reduced leadership. That option sometimes it's what makes an enemy lord go really down really fast. Or even the enemy to rout. Because we have units that cost terror, so reducing the leadership, it's always nice. Let's focus on the income. Keep focusing on the income. Whenever you do not know what to focus, focus income. You know, just grow to have the income buildings to tier 3 or something like that. There we go, tier 4. Should I go for that or should I? I don't have enough infections. There we go. Yeah, I already gave him some Chaos Knights here. Really wish I could get a little bit more stuff. But that'll be when the next army comes in. And I'm about to create a secondary army here so that I, you know, so that the Skaven are at an impasse. They haven't been able to jump to Ice Spewer there. Doesn't seem like they're going to be able to anytime soon. That just gives me a little bit of control. Do I want yet another one for Chosen? I think so. Well, not spending those. Oh yeah, I have this guy I wanted to the weapon strength. It's still going to be the unmoving mage, I believe. Yeah, I think so. There we go, a little bit more focus there. Soul Blight into the Purple Sun and Fated Burner. There we go. Much better. Oh, I don't have the income, the money to do this, so I'm gonna have to end turn. Alright, choose your bachelor for the next episode. Bye bye.